Hi Atlantic Seaboard, I'm Eitana from Philly NCSY. This week's Parshat is Mishpatim, which is a continuation of laws that Hashem gives us at Har Sinai. This is mostly laws about indentured servants and penalties for murder and kidnapping and other bad things. And this is also where we get the commandment to keep kosher. So after Hashem gives Bnei Israel 53 new mitzvot, we have to make a decision, which is whether or not to accept these laws. And that's a pretty big deal because even though we're going to receive 560 more mitzvot, 53 is still a lot of laws to commit to at one time. But Bnei Israel thought about it, and they said to Hashem, "We shall do and we shall hear." So this specific thing that Bnei Israel said stood out to me for two reasons. First was that the first thing they said was they would do what Hashem was telling them, and then they said they would hear it. And second was how fast they responded to Hashem about this. They barely gave any thought and really quickly decided that they were going to do what Hashem was saying. So to elaborate on the first thing that I noticed, it seemed really strange to me that they said they would do what Hashem was saying, and then they said they would hear it. Because that didn't really make sense order-wise. Like, how can you do something first and then hear it second? So the Kutzker Rebbe came up with a pretty cool explanation of this. He says that if we have the tools with which to act, then we will be able to hear, to understand, to attain anything, even in the highest and loftiest realms beyond our normal and mortal capabilities. So what this pretty much means is that Bnei Israel meant that they were given... So what this pretty much means is that Bnei Israel was given the tools to do first, and then with those tools, they were then able to hear and understand what Hashem was telling them, and really comprehend why they were doing the mitzvah, and were able to live how Hashem wanted them to. I also wanted to briefly comment on how quickly Bnei Israel responded to Hashem. I thought it was pretty impressive. They didn't really seem to have any doubt or worries about going along with what Hashem was saying. They just knew to trust in Hashem's word, and that agreeing to the mitzvah was the right decision. I think that can teach us a lot as modern-day Jews about how we have to have complete faith in God. That we don't need to question all the mitzvot and try to understand everything that God does and why God does it. We just have to have complete and ultimate faith in God to lead us in the right direction, and that God knows what's best for us. I hope you all have a really great Shabbos.